We know that Shvat is a time where we talk about trees, right? Ki adam etz hasadeh, from Dvarim Chaf. Man is like a tree of the field, a fruit tree. We have Mizmor Aleph Tehillim comparing us to a tree by a brook with fruit and shade, and it's a beautiful image. I think this year in Shvat Tafshin Pei Hey, in light of the situation that we find ourselves as a people, there are different layers of understanding and appreciating how similar we are truly to trees. Well, I'll mention two examples here, and there's more that can be found in the accompanying essay for Shvat 2025. When trees lose a limb, either intentionally for pruning or through some traumatic loss, a tree goes through a healing process. New growth is generated in different areas after specialized cells are created to protect the wound and to help redirect the energy of the tree to strengthen the existing branches and eventually create new growth in other new areas, ensuring its survival and ability to continue to thrive. Unfortunately, in the last year and a half, many precious people have learned to survive, adapt, and hopefully thrive after losing a limb. An example is IDF soldier Ari Spitz, who has become an inspiration, an example to many, showing incredible resilience after losing both legs and a hand while protecting our people in Gaza. Emily Damari finally came home after being abducted from her home in Kfar Aza on October 7th, created for us a symbol of victory and love and bravery, where she shows her now iconic left hand being held up, missing 2 digits. These are only 2 examples of many who are struggling with loss, emotional and physical, dealing with healing, and learning to grow in new ways. A way that a few years ago, perhaps we wouldn't have thought of comparing ourselves to a tree in such a fashion. There's also something fascinating about trees, that they actually communicate in this amazing collaboration underground, this network between the roots of trees and fungi. And they can send signals of distress, they can communicate needs, share water and nutrients in this labyrinth beneath the soil. How much profound connection and communication do we see in Am Yisrael? We are so deeply connected to one another, whether we realize it or not. How many times have names of wounded, names of soldiers, names of hostages been whispered in prayer on the lips of one Jew across the world, praying for another Jew thousands of miles away that they never met? The silent calls of distress of those who are still captive reaches all of our hearts, no matter where we are. There is a network. This network, this collaboration system in Am Yisrael has allowed for countless supplies of military gear and food. So much has been transported to Chayalim, fighting on the front lines through this Jewish network around the world. We are so interwoven and interconnected with one another in ways that aren't even seen to the naked eye. In so many ways, we are likened to a tree. And Bezrat Hashem, we will also experience the celebration of the trees as we see in Mizmor Tzadi Vav, that we shall rejoice as trees in the forest, for all the world will know that Hashem is King, and the world will be ruled through justice.